few seconds or a few minutes for this. The question I get so often, especially after people have taken Pilates for a little bit, is how do I prepare, or how do I get certified? What do I do? What do I need to know? And you know, you can do a lot of searches on the internet, obviously, and for what specific company you're going to go through. But what I suggest is trying it. First of all, you got to be taking Pilates for at least a couple of years to know what you're getting into. And I definitely would say you have to take it at a bunch of different studios, so you're not just getting one kind of, not method, because it's all Pilates in a sense, but what you want to do is, you know, you want to take it at a place that, you know, focuses on West Coast Pilates, or let's say Stott Pilates, or Physical Mind, or Polestar, or just PMA, Pilates Method Alliance. And you really just want to kind of figure out, oh, I really like this. And if you really, really love where you're taking it, I mean, you don't necessarily have to jump around, but once you find a place or like a type of class that you really, for whatever reason, you like that class, you know, you just start asking. First of all, you start asking your instructors, hey, what did you do to get certified? Just like people ask me. And they'll tell you their experience. Once you've kind of narrowed it down to what company you want to do, you know, which there's a lot of issues into that. You know, do you have a full-time job? Do you want to get it quickly over a long period of time? And when I say quickly, I don't mean in a weekend, because you might be able to get away with doing a couple weekends for mat certification, but definitely not for equipment. If you see an equipment certification you can get in a weekend or 2 weekends or even 3 weekends, you need to run fast, because you want to be able to compete with extremely skilled instructors who've either, you know, especially if you're not a dancer, you need to get the top or the most comprehensive certification that you possibly can, because some of these people have been working with their bodies for years, decades. So just keep that in mind. And there's a lot of articles about how to choose which certification, so I won't go into that. After you have chosen, though, you should go to whatever certifying studio there is in your location, your area, and start taking classes there. Classes or privates, whatever you can afford, because most likely that studio owner or someone at the studio is going to be teaching your class. And if you're lucky enough to get privates or classes with that person, it's really going to prepare you on a few different levels for the certification. Again, you can ask what does it take. The person might just say, well, you should probably take Pilates for a little bit longer. Or, you know, if they're smart, they're going to tell you that you need to keep taking Pilates, or, oh yeah, you should really try this, da-da-da, whatever. So take Pilates at the place you're going to be taking the class, the certification course, if you can. I wish I had done that, and because my experience of Pilates was so limited to one place. And while it was great and it made me feel totally comfortable and it inspired me to want to be certified, I feel that it didn't prepare me for the teacher's personality, the teacher's different way of just teaching, you know. So take from that studio. Number 2, take an anatomy class, please, even a basic anatomy class. If you can't take a class, you know, there are many books, Trail Guide to the Body. There's like a coloring book for anatomy, because you are going to get grilled. It doesn't matter what certification you go through. If you know your muscles and your anatomy and the important body areas of the body with Pilates anyways, I mean, you don't need to know every single thing, but there are very specific you know, things that you need to know with anatomy, you know, with the shoulder girdle, the hips, the pelvis, you know, you need to know where movement is generating from, and it just makes you an overall stronger teacher. And I didn't go into the certification knowing anything, and it was hard. It was very hard. And also I suggest that you keep kind of reminding yourself about anatomy, and there are classes that you can take no matter what certification you go under, like STOT. I took a great anatomy class that is geared towards Pilates instructors and takers of Pilates and Pilates students. So just really try to at least have a general understanding of the muscles, and they're going to be used and talked about and focused on in Pilates. You know, you really just need an overall knowledge of that, and I can't stress enough about that. And you'll make your teacher very happy even if you know half of the material by the time you get into class. The other thing is really take Pilates as long as you possibly can, because it's just going to prepare you way better for this certification course, because you don't want to be learning Pilates and learning how to teach Pilates. You really want to start from at least somewhat of a knowledge, like an intermediate knowledge. And again, here, I wasn't prepared on this level, and I'm still learning. I am at an intermediate level. I'm not at an advanced master trainer level. And in some exercises, I'm even a beginner, but I know that. And so the last thing I would suggest is you really figure out what type of time you can dedicate to your certification, and know that in advance. The PhysicalMind Institute has these concentration courses, which are, mine was like May, the actual course was May through, I think, almost the end of August, I think. But the understanding is that then you're going to take an apprentice job or be an apprentice level instructor for the remaining part of that year, and then you test out like about a year after you finish the course. So you do have a lot of, but as soon as you leave the course, you are allowed to teach, but you definitely aren't commanding a high per hour for classes or privates. So so just be prepared to know what you can dedicate. If you can only dedicate weekends, I know STOT has some weekend courses only. Of course, it takes a lot longer to get through it, but they have their materials down. And I'm not sure I would have been able to do that one, because the cost and the schedule for the PhysicalMind Institute just happened to be perfect for me, but it was very challenging. And on a week-to-week basis, it was so difficult for me personally that I wanted to quit. Every week I said, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And then all of a sudden the 10 weeks were over, and and Maria passed me, and I was like, wow, I guess I did that. So keep in mind also that you're going to have definitely an easier time of it if you are already working in the body industry, if you are a dancer, or you take a lot of yoga, or you've taken a lot of dance. You're definitely going to have a leg up over other people. But if you're not, that doesn't mean you can't teach Pilates, but just be aware of who you are, what you can do, because you want to get the most out of your certification. And I just think that the more prepared you are up front for it, the better, because you won't be spending a lot of your time learning the exercises. You'll be learning how to teach them, and you will learn how to integrate them into your body much more than you normally would. But yeah, so that's really a big deal. So that's it for today. I just wanted to give you some things. If I think of anything else, I'll post them up on Smart Pilates. .blogspot.com, and you can check those out there, and this will be there too. Always just email me if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them, and I'm happy to give you my advice from my point of view. That's all I have, and I'm by no far a guru necessarily, but I do think that I spent a lot of time figuring out what I wanted to do, which path I wanted to go into, as far as which Pilates certification course I wanted to take. So call me, let me know, or if you're in a certification course and you just don't know what you're doing, or if you need a little support, definitely let me know. All right, thanks so much. I gotta go get my baby now. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.